Guys, I'm here. Alright, sorry. A little bit of a late start. I had a few things I had to take care of really quick. Woo! Live stream number 51. Thank you all for popping in. Let's see where we're at. I got my mug warmer here, but my mug I didn't realize is a little bit too big for the hot spot. So we're going to hover it. See how well that works. I got my Friday the 13th mug today. Hope everybody had a good and safe, didn't lose any fingers, 4th of July if you celebrate the 4th of July. If you don't, then I just hope you had a great weekend or are having a good weekend. Radios is here. Hello, my friend. Mr. Barry is here. Howdy all. Jeffrey is here. Minute early. Bonnie, minute early. The late is coming because I was late. Got to get my iced tea. Go get your iced tea, Barry. That sounds good. I had a bit of iced tea yesterday. Sweet or unsweet? It's a southern thing. Are you sweet tea or non-sweet tea? Here in New England, we've had a tropical heat and humidity. It's crazy. I think it's everywhere right now, Jeffrey. I do a little bit less every summer, film-wise, because, well, the kids are out of school, so they're here a lot, and I do stuff with them a little more, and it's too hot and humid to film outdoors. So it's tough filming during the summer here in Florida where it's super humid. What do we got here? Not been able to get out and do any filming. I know. Hey there, hi there, cat and kittens. Hey, Mike. Remjet's here. Hello, my friend. I got 2 phonographs. Oh, you got them coming. Good job. The ones from the 1800s. Hey, Eric is here. Hi, I missed last week. Sorry. A European Masters in soccer going on. Yes, it is. And that's okay. Never apologize for missing a stranger on the internet's live stream. Everybody has lives. Hey, Lyle. Jeffrey says hello again. 202. Yeah, I know. I'm just getting caught up here. IOM is here. Coffee time. Missed last week as well, but for good reasons. Reasons of business. There's always a good reason to miss a live stream. Remjet says, keep on keeping on, Lyle. Sweet and low, diabetes. Not so bad here, both are. Oh, yeah. I missed something from Lyle. 0.0 Corona Zero here. Been sober since New Year's. Oh, awesome! Wow, very cool, Lyle. Congratulations. You got the strong arms. Yes, absolutely. I drink so insanely little. I might have 1 beer or a shot of something. I'm being totally honest here. Once, maybe twice a year. It's just not for me. To each their own, but to anybody that overdrinks and is able to step away from that, congratulations. Keep on keeping on. Not so bad here. Good job, Lyle. Hey, Cecil, how are you? Mark is here. Good job, Lyle. Yeah, great job, Lyle. I have so much love for people that are able to do that. I'm not going to buy any cameras soon because I'm trying to get a newer Mac computer. Good luck with that, Radios. I got a quota of photo. You got your quota. 3. Hey, Matthew is here. Hello, my friend. Jeffrey says, Summer Film Camp 2025. A week of film, cameras, and fun. Where is that? Or do you want us to do that? That's not a bad idea, but we should all meet somewhere where it's not ridiculously hot and humid. No alcohol since 1976. Good for you, Barry. Good for you. I'm one of the lucky ones. A lot of people aren't so lucky. A lot of people, we're not going to turn this into an AA meeting, but I was never an over drinker. I never really drank too much. So, but much love to everybody that's able to step away. We all meet in Maine. I would love to meet in Maine. In fact, I've never been to Maine. And I would love to. It's one of those states that, to me, it's almost like the perfect state. I love Florida, but I just don't like the heat. But Maine has always been such an attractive state to me. I don't know why. Maybe because I love seafood. Yeah, I'm down with that, Matt. Definitely. Like you, Mike, I never did enjoy alcohol. Yeah, I mean, in my 20s, I mean, you did it, I guess, because everybody thought it was cool. You know, I had my share, don't get me wrong, but it's just not for me. My wife doesn't drink at all. I don't really drink to speak of. If my buddy is here, my film partner or something, my good buddy Jubes, we'll have a beer or something, but it's just not really for me. Radios, I stick with 3 beers. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Maine is fantastic, my favorite state. I want to go. I want to go to Maine. I'd love to take my fam up to Maine. New Hampshire is tax-free. Well, then let's go to New Hampshire. Except in Vegas. Because we'll never know what happened there. That's the year I got out of the Navy. Yeah, how can you be? I mean, I was a police officer for 10 years. And I know the military is, you know, also one of those, you know, I don't know. It's one of those strenuous things that, you know, you get camaraderie, you got all that stuff going on, and, you know. Wooden boat show, photo op. Oh, is there a wooden boat show coming up, Eric? Where is that? I like shows. I like that kind of thing. I like outdoor shows. Here we get the VW Fests every year, where all the old VW enthusiasts, the Bugs, the Beetles, or whatever they're called, the buses, the Carmen Gias, and the things, they all congregate. Hey, this Knock Top is here. Maine is really up there, literally. It is up there, especially for me. I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. Bonnie says I might buy a 100-foot roll of Ektachrome in 35mm to bulk row for an upcoming trip. That would be really cool. I did some Ektachrome 7294, I think, or maybe it was 7285, the older Ektachrome 100D. I can't remember, but I processed a roll of it as slide film, as reversal, but I used, it was fun. It was fun, and it came out pretty well. If you haven't seen the video, look for it. It's about a year ago. But I used HC110 black and white developer, and then I used a color developer. What did I use? ECN2. So I did and re-exposed it manually to light. I was twisting, I held the thing up, and it came out pretty darn good. It's kind of an alternative to using the traditional E6 process, which is a little bit expensive. I don't do a lot of E6 processing anymore because I got tired of buying the kits all the time. They're 35, 40 bucks, and the chemicals just don't last. And unless you get a lot of it, I don't know why Siri came on, but if you don't get a lot to process, then it just sits and goes bad. So it's nice to have an alternative. I polished the hell out of one of my horns yesterday. 120 years of tarnish. You mean that like a trumpet or something radios? That's awesome. Hey, Manny is here. Good morning, Mike. Howdy, everyone. Hey, did you send that film yet, Manny? I want to check it out, because if it didn't come out the way you're hoping, I think I might just send you another roll. Mike says, I should be mailing the Super 8 film to you later this week. Just FYI. Speaking of that, if you haven't shot your roll of Tri-X yet, again, I'm one of them that has not finished my roll. But let's, maybe within this month, I should be mailing. And Manny, I know, had an issue with his roll. I don't know if I talked about it last week, but his was kind of jamming up in every camera he tried. This is old film, folks. This is fun. This was just a fun experiment. I got Jeffrey's back already, but it is what it is. I'm not super concerned about it, but like Manny was telling me, his was jamming up, so he's going to send it anyway. I think he was able to scratch through it, and I might process his quick, and maybe Jeffrey's with it. And if Manny isn't satisfied with how it turned out, I might just send Manny another roll, because he got a dud, unfortunately. Hey, Christian, thank you for stopping in, my friend. There is a Walmart that hosts car shows every Friday night, about 100 plus cars every week in the parking lot. That's pretty cool, Jeffrey. I used to be part of, we started a truck club. I used to have a lowered, right out of high school, you know, lowered truck with the tilt bed on it. And we started a club called East Coast Minis back in the mid 80s. And I think it's still around. I believe that club is still around. And we used to meet every Thursday night in the Kmart parking lot in Daytona Beach. I'm thinking M2 Mac Mini and M4 iPad Pro. Good choices. My brother is exclusive to Mac. He swears by Mac. I think we talked about this last week. I used to use Macs, but I don't much anymore. Going to be dry for cameras unless I find local, but I've been putting off. Well, you know, you have some cameras. You got a doozy in the 12-18. Mine should be shot this month. Weather keeps getting in the way. Oh, believe me, I know, Matthew. Don't fret. Don't fret. Getting in the way of what I plan to shoot. Hoping for something later this week. That's fine. If it takes an extra month, it takes an extra month. You know, there's no deadline. Hey to all. Hey, Jim. How are you? Thanks for coming in. $10, Mike. $10. Wait, what's $10? Hold on. Did I miss? Lyle's saying $10. Oh, man. I don't know what the $10 means, but sure. Send me $10. Oh, hey, Jim. Hey, Jim. I'm still waiting on my Aries 16 BL that I got for $200. Oh, it's not there yet. Sometimes it takes a while to get stuff shipped. I got a couple things on eBay that I'm still waiting to get shipped. One thing I bought 5 days ago, and they still haven't shipped it. You never know with auction sites, hit and miss. Not yet, bud. I threw it in another camera. It looks like I will be able... Okay, good. All right, good. Woohoo! Bonnie, I'm crossing my fingers. Welcome, Jim. Matthew says I have an M1 MacBook, and it's pretty great. I used to hate Macs years ago until I had to learn them in depth for a job. Now I hate Windows. I guess I'm officially a Mac dude. There is nothing wrong. As far as I'm concerned, Mac and Windows are pretty much the same thing. I have used both pretty extensively. 90s, early 2000s, I was nothing but Mac. And then mid 2000s on, I've been pretty much nothing but PC. But I have, you know, Apple Watch. I use my iPad every day. I have an iPhone. So we were definitely Apple people. But for computers, I don't know, it's just sort of caught on for me, and now I only use Windows. But I could go back to Mac. It's not that it's a big deal. Mac's a little more expensive. Chevy S10 was the truck you had lowered. Yes. How did you know that, Lyle? It was. I have a picture somewhere of it lowered, and it had a tilt bed, a little hydraulic. It went to the side. And I remember I was sitting on a bridge. 1990, 89, sitting on a drawbridge in Florida with my truck. And I did all of it myself. I put hinges on the bed and everything. And it was at night, and I had my buddy with me, and somebody came drunk, sliding up the bridge. I was waiting on a drawbridge, and somebody came up the bridge flying and smashed into the back of my car, my truck, and the car next to me, and it knocked the bed off my truck. And I think from then on, I just never messed with it again. Yes, it was definitely a Chevy S10 lowered. It was a 1986, I believe. Still using Windows 10. I tried, but it made me upgrade to 11, Bonnie. I think Bonnie should run CK. Oh, Rick. Should Rickroll Mike once every stream. Well, she's pretty much done that no matter what. It has kind of been once every stream. I'm getting smart though. I sometimes just don't check during the stream. Windows 10 was good, but I hear 11 sucks. No, it's hit and miss, radios. I have Windows 11 on both of on this laptop that I'm using and on my desktop. I use Linux currently and will still use it on a laptop. I've never used Linux. The only thing that sucks about Macs are the lack of games. I don't play them much, but it seems the ones I want are on PC. Yeah, I don't know. I just downloaded a game you guys might know if you're old enough. It's SimCity 3000. It's from the 90s, but I love that kind of time killer game. But I actually bought a disc. I know this isn't film related. Give me a minute. I bought the CD or whatever back then, the ROM, and I tried it in my Windows 11 computer, and it loaded and it wanted to work, but I couldn't get it working. So I went to that site, GoGo or Kogo or COGO or something like that, and it was like went on sale for $3, and I downloaded it, and it works fantastic. I don't know if that would work with a Mac. Do you know that site at all, Matthew? I think it's COGO.com, Kogo or GoCo or something like that. I'll get a desktop Mac, an M4 iPad. I'm scared of breaking a MacBook yeah, they're not cheap. I use a netbook from 2008 for work, XP. Yeah. I wish I had an old laptop with XP or 98 on it or something for running old games. That'd be fun. I'm not much of a gamer, but sometimes I know it's kind of just Zen-like, you know. It's cathartic to go back and just be comfortable with what you grew up with. It's clumsy. My wife is a little rough with laptops. She's on her third or fourth one. What?
I said, shush.
She just put me in my place.
You need to be adorable.
I'm not. She needs a tough book. I'm not really a gamer, so it's cool. I bought a Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 earlier today. Those are fun. Those are fun. Build it games. Hey, yo, Russell. Jim says, question: if made any brand a sub-water box case for underwater capture for Super 8 camera. Well, I mean, you could get the UMIG. I call them UMIG. I know they're OIMIC, but I call them UMIG. I always have. GOG. That's it. Okay. They make the what's the underwater cam? The Nautica Super 8. UMIG made a UMIG Nautica underwater camera, Jim. Pretty amazing camera. You just gotta put it through some basic tests before you take it underwater because they're old. As far as housings, there were some. They're going to be very difficult to find an underwater housing nowadays, so you're going to probably have to make your own. Call me crazy. Seriously, go ahead. But I've made my own just out of Ziploc bags for pool use and ocean, but not for depth at all. But it was fun. Yeah, Ziploc for Super 8 underwater, Mike. Yeah, I don't recommend it. You don't get me involved, but it worked for me. They have bags that are made for underwater. They make camera bags. They're like big polypropylene or big plastic clear bags that are what do you call it? Universal. So if you can find one, just look for underwater camera bag, and you put your camera in it, and it's got a zippy thing on top. It's kind of like a Ziploc, you know, but just want to be careful. Try it first with a cheapo camera, like one of those Bentley cameras. Can't repair it at home anymore, so yeah. Best place to find old games to run on new computers without issue. They have good selection of games for Mac, but the problem is not many are even made for it. Oh yeah, no, and that was the problem I had when I had my Macs. It was tough getting software, but remember, you could go to like Best Buy and you'd buy software. You didn't just download software like we do now. You'd buy it, and 99% of it was for PC. So it was frustrating, and I think that's why I eventually just migrated towards PC. Bauer has underwater housing. We have one at work. There you go. I knew somebody would know, and Russell's always on it. Yeah, I know they make universal underwater housings. Yeah, Ikelite was one, Barry. You're right. They made custom cases until GoPro came out. A good one, Ikelite. I've had some of those. Jeffrey says, I am a magnet for old laptops and PCs. My sister's work was cleaning out an office, ended up with 6 Dell laptops, 6 desktops. I used to fix them and upgrade them, and I would imagine sell them for a little few shekels. Hi everybody, slightly late to the party. Hi Katie, thank you so much for popping in. I have water housings for still cameras and the Minolta underwater setups. What was that underwater still camera? It was really cool. I've had a couple, and they're great cameras if you can get them and keep them working. Canon. They're like white-ish or beige, really light tan with red trim. The Canon 35mm underwater cameras, really cool. Maybe they're not underwater. They're waterproof. The Bauer housing is the Bauer C900XLM. Thank you, Russell. Thanks, guys, for collection more not work. Oh, you get out there and find one, Jim. Hard to find a Nautica that is still truly sealed. Great optics, hard to find in good working order. And you know, Manny, I should have bought the one I was looking at. I found one, and it was in great condition on eBay. It was only a couple $100, and I never, God, I wish I would have got it. But I didn't. My buddy Travis bought one and got it working, and then it leaked. The Nikonos are good cameras too, Russell. I've had a couple of those. Great underwater Nikons. Yeah, Barry, Nikonos for underwater. Yeah, but the Canon has one. Canon has one too. It's more of a point and shoot. Well, Nikonos is too, or Nikonos, or however you say it. I like Nikon. The Nikonos has that big thing on top. You attach the big viewfinder. I saw underwater housing for Bolex on. I saw that. Matthew, and I saw the one for the Arri S too. They wanted a lot for it. They wanted like $1,000 for the Aeroflex. No, wait, that was not underwater. That was a blimp noise. Next days I play with the Movicon. Those are fun little cameras too. Only camera with belly dance film. Wasn't there underwater housing for Bolex? Yes, that's what they were. That's what Matthew was just saying, Bonnie. Feel like it's my duty to collect every Bauer cam. Yeah, you need at least one. I know you finally got one. It's about time, radios. Minolta had a 110 underwater camera. I had Hanimex instead. 110. I love 110. Lyle has a Bauer or A512 for sale. If anyone's interested, contact Lyle. Just get a vat of Flex Seal. Dunk your camera in it. Get Billy Mays to help you with it. We just coated this entire screen boat out of... I want to show you guys something. Speaking of underwater camera, take this underwater with you. I just shot. This is one of my Canon, and I'm working on a video. I haven't posted a video in a while. And that's just because it's summer, and I don't do too much during the summer as far as videos go. But I just shot a roll of film. Yep, that's the blank roll. That's the... I shot number 3 of 4 that Kodak sent me. These are the 500T, but let's go back to the 4th of July, and we all know what happens on the 4th of July. You get specks all over the front of your lens. Thankfully, that's just the lens cover. But I took that 500T outside and I sat in my neighbor's yard driveway and we watched the fireworks, the city fireworks and then the street fireworks. And with 500T, I used this camera with a shutter angle of 220 degrees, which is adjustable on here, 150 or 220. And by the way, I've got a complete video. I can't believe I never did one yet, but I do have a video coming out, hopefully within this week, but we'll see, this coming week, all about the Canon 1014 XLS. So I shot this roll of film, 500T, pitch blackout of the fireworks. I know it's a little cliche, you shoot 500T and you shoot fireworks, or you shoot neon lights, neon signs. And I've shot fireworks before, but I wanted to see what this secret film would do. And Kodak's going through something right now. I'm not positive what it is. My guy at Kodak that I was involved with this testing, he just retired, and I emailed the new guy, or one of the guys that's been there a while, and I haven't gotten a response back yet. They're busy, I know they are, and they're working on some more testing stuff, and they're supposed to get back with us within a couple of weeks, so we'll see. But I have one more roll of the 4 that they sent me, but I shot roll 3 in here. Now, I do plan on showing that roll when I release the video of this camera, but I happen to have it loaded up on here right now. So if you guys want to see it, it's just fireworks. Now I will say the focus at infinity seemed a little off on this camera. It seemed a little off on this camera. I have 3 of these, so I'm going to do an independent test of all 3 of these together. I plan on shooting 1 roll of film through all 3 of my 1014s for another video, and we're going to compare 3 cameras that came from 3 different crazy parts of the world, the exact same camera, and see just how they differ. They've never been serviced, well, at least not by me, so that's to come. I just want to preface, that's what's coming. I need the lens hood for mine. Get a lens hood. Yes. I put this on here because it was firework day. I don't always use a lens hood, but this one has, this is not just the hood, but it's got the glass as well. The filter. Just a skylight filter. But, see there? It's got glass in it. So I put this on because I was going to be outside filming straight up with dust and particles and all this stuff falling from the sky. So I don't know if that had anything to do with the fact that everything seems a little out of focus. Now, in all fairness, when you try to film fireworks with your iPhone, it's always out of focus too. Now your iPhone wants to try to focus on whatever is prevalent in your scene, or centered or prevalent in your scene. So I could understand that being out of focus, because you're filming something in pitch black, and then suddenly it's light, and it takes a minute for the camera to understand what's going on, so it's out of focus. With this, you set the focus. It's going to be focused on whatever you set it to. So it is a little out of focus. So again, I'm okay with it because it's an old camera. We'll see what happens. So let's see. Okay. Let's see, where am I at? Okay, there's the flex, the flex seal. Trying to get a minute. Oh my, not this month. Lens hood. Jeffrey says, what are the specs from? What specs, Jeffrey? I'm missing it. Is that for me or somebody else? I need a battery for the mic. Yeah, get a battery. They're easy to find. Underwater housing for the 70. I can't imagine what that housing would look like. They're called, they're called submarines. You just put it into the porthole. Sneak peek. Eager to see the fireworks. Popcorn time. Fireworks. There is an actual IMAX underwater housing. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. All right, let's look at the fireworks real quick. Guys, I scanned it, very little post. It does have the perforation in the scan. You guys know I don't typically put that in my scans. I left it in. A lot of times when I do these live streams, I don't do a lot of cropping or stabilizing or whatnot. So with that, let me try and see if I can cue it up. Let's stop it. And it is, it's like 3 minutes long, a little less, 2.5 minutes, 24 frames per second. Katie says fireworks. And there's some dull spot. I'm not going to keep talking. Let me show you the film. Thanks, Jeffrey. Yeah, I think it. I'm overall, I'm perfectly content with it. Katie. Hey, thanks, Mike. Like I say, it's nothing earth-shattering, groundbreaking. It's just fireworks, but kind of wanted to see just how well this film was going to perform. That was a street firework. Some of these are the city fireworks. You'll see the part of the, what do they call it, the grand finale of the city fireworks, and then a lot of it is the next door neighbor who was blasting straight up in the sky. Like, that's the neighbor. And then this is the city fireworks, their little grand finale. Hey, thanks, Eric. Yeah, it came out pretty well. I don't know, it's not overly sharp. Make it like a kaleidoscope. That's true, it does, Barry. 1976 bicentennial red bucket hat. Was that camera macro on both ends? That's a good question. No, I think it's just, that's a good question, Manny. No, it does not. I think you mean both ends of the focal length, right? All right, what did I miss? That was fun. It was fun hanging out with the neighbors a little bit. It was so hot out. My wife and daughters, my Piper went out for a little while, did sparklers. But it just was so hot. So I was out there for maybe an hour, hanging out with the neighbors, you know, enjoying the fireworks, filming a little. Okay, I missed a couple things. Bonnie mentioned something about something on eBay. There is an Icocanamo on eBay for €1. Wow, you better get it. Nicely done, great color. Thank you. Jim says I have two Campro 9.5mm, and it's awesome camera and mic. Yeah, 9.5mm is a really neat format. I don't have any. I have a couple scanners that will handle 9.5. I just don't have the gates or the guides for 9.5. I don't have a call for it, but I've always been fascinated by it. It has the sprocket hole in the middle of the frame lines. It's great. Thank you, Russell. Frame lines make, yeah. Really like the sparkler child look. Yeah, that was just one of the neighbors' kids. But that was cool. I was going to try to film. Her mom got in the way a little bit, so I just clicked it really quick. I didn't even really have time to focus, but it was cool the way she was holding it straight out and the fire coming out. Dave said, it's impressive that it's picking up. I know. All of the different colors of those sparks. Somewhere Cinepost is seething. Yes, Manny, it's only on one end. Great job on the metering. Thank you, Rimjet. That was all. I'd like to take credit, but I did it all in auto just to be safe. So I knew it would likely overexpose it a little bit, which is what I was looking for anyway. But I did not use exposure compensation. You can go plus or minus a stop with this as well while using auto, and I usually do that. Matt says, Mike, did you process that in the Lomo? It's beautifully processed. I did, Matt. Thank you so much. I did it along with another roll. A lot of times I'll do 2 at a time in the Lomo unless it's a customer film. I process a lot of customer films, and I only typically will do theirs 1 at a time because I can't take chances on that. Yes, and I use my homebrew chemicals. Friday, June 6th is National Day of Sweden. No fireworks then? Yeah, no fireworks in Sweden? Oh, too bright outside. This would be impossible in Sweden, not because we don't celebrate our Independence Day with fireworks, but because it is 1 week before midsummer, the only time of the year when the sun is up all day. Woohoo! Our sun seems like it doesn't get dark here until, I mean, almost 9 now, 8:30. Mark, I know I hadn't sent your film back yet. It will be going out this week, I promise. I made a note. Send Mark's film back, your 35 millimeter. And I know you said you're not in a rush, but I don't like keeping people's stuff. Just ask Mike. I kept his camera for like 6 months. What else did I want to talk about? I do have another film I was going to show. It's only about 2 minutes long if you guys want to see it. It's one that I purchased in 2019 and I processed 2 days later after I got it. It's a found film. It's old Kodachrome KA2. Okay, thanks, Mark. It'll go out this coming week. We can show that. It's rough, really rough, but it's one of those where I'm probably not going to make a found film video out of it, so I get to dump them all out on my live stream. I can't not show them. What's the point of having them if you don't get to show them? So I want to show that. There's one other thing I want to talk about as well. Well, maybe a couple things. Somebody last week mentioned frame size. I don't remember who it was. I apologize. But I think they specifically mentioned 8mm versus Super 8mm frame sizes. And there's Craig Booth. I'll be 46.1 at the Pink Pony. Easy there, John Steele. If you guys don't know, Craig Booth, you give him a hard time anytime you see him make comments on my videos or pop up on my live streams. Craig Booth is a friend of mine. We've been friends for, well, 30 years. He lives up in your neck of the woods up there in New Hampshire. He was one of my lieutenants at the police department. Really cool dude. Goofy, just like me. But it's good to see you, Craig. And Craig and I went through a lot together, just having fun. Anyway, more films. So somebody mentioned film frame sizes. IKEA is not a national theme song. These fireworks on film had different fade in and fade out of the light. Well, kind of. And I think a lot of that has to do with the scanner, Jim. When it picks up new image, the scanner, the camera might take a frame or two to realize what's going on, so it brings it in and it brings it out. Now this camera does that as well. Anytime you introduce a bright light into the camera, it's going to take a frame or two for that to register, and it's going to start slow and it's going to finish slow as well. There'll always be a little bit of bleed on both sides. I made a little animation, a frame size animation, some time ago, like a year or two ago, and I did a video about it, or maybe it was a live stream, I can't remember. But it illustrates to scale, to my scale. I made all this in Photoshop. And to my scale, give you an understanding, a very good understanding of frame sizes. Standard 4perf 35mm movie film, 16mm, standard 16mm, Super 16, Super 8, and regular 8. Those 5 different formats. Let me show you this quick little animation. It's not very long, 30 seconds I think. Now it's a little slow because when I originally made this animation I was talking through it. So I had this script and I talked as it was putting itself together. Anyway, you'll understand in a second. So let me show you this very quick animation. This will give you a better understanding and idea of frame size. Let me start it over. Here, there's 35mm 4 perf. As you see, it takes a second for everything to come in, and that's 16mm in relation. Super 16, Super 8, and 8. And now we're going to fill the 35mm frame with each format just to give you a better understanding. We'll start with 16. Almost 4 full frames. Ready? Let's go to Super 8. Look at that. 16 frames almost. Now 8mm. Almost 25 frames. Now let's see what it looks like inside of a 16mm frame. Super 8 and regular 8. There's Super 8, almost 4 frames, and here's regular 8. This gives you a better understanding of 8 versus Super 8. Just to kind of, you know, that's just a fun way to illustrate the frame sizes. Fun fact. Super 16 is that is a fun fact. I'm trying to frame you, Jeffrey. That is a very fun fact. Okay, I wanted to get that out of the way because somebody brought it up last week. I don't remember who it was. Somebody super important. I know that. Something else I want to talk about really quick, and then I want to show that little film. It's a found film. I'm thinking about selling something, and I figure I might show you guys how cool Bonnie never did. I've never used it, and I'm going to this coming week just to put it through the paces. Now, I bought this used, like it was used like 3 or 4 times, according to the seller who bought it new, and I've never used it. It's mint condition. You're wondering what it is. I bought it as a backup years ago, several years ago, to my first movie stuff, now defunct, film scanner. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is called the Retro 8, and it's a film scanner. Ooh, a scanner. I'm not here to talk about movie stuff per se, because what happened happened. The owner went bankrupt. It's no secret. It's public information. And the company is probably going to soon follow. The LLC company is now out of business. So there's no guarantees on this equipment anymore. I have this. I have, you guys have seen this picture a million times. I have the one on the right, which is the successor to this. And then I have the one that I currently use on the left, which is the successor or the Mark II unit to the other one, to the one on the right. So it's almost like they step. This is 1080. It's 2 frames per second, this particular model. See, this is the Retro 8. I'm going to try to turn. See the little plate down here? It says Retro 8. Now, they made a Retro 8 Pro, the company. The Retro 8 Pro looked identical to this, only it used, I haven't used this, so I have the software, I have the $200 key, you know, the serial code to use the software, all that would be included. The Pro, it's 15 frames per second that it scans. Same everything, same camera, same everything. This one's just slower. One of these just sold on eBay 2 weeks ago for $2,300. These were about, I think, around 3,000 new, 3,500, somewhere in that range. I'm not going to ask $2,300 for this, but I am going to put it through its paces. I downloaded the software for. You can still get the software. I have the software for this, and I have the key to run the software for this. And all of that would be included. You would need a computer. It is 1080p. It runs the same speed, though. I can't stress enough, the same speed as the Wolverine units. So it'd take about a half an hour to scan a 50-foot roll of film. I don't really know what the quality difference is. I won't know until I use it this coming week. I just want to see if anyone might be interested. I might see if I can put it on. Well, I'm going to see if anyone's interested first. I'm interested to see how well it performs. It is only for 8 and Super 8. Let's see here. Pretty sure the first Super 16 camera was an Eclair. You might be right, Bonnie. Oh yeah, scanner talk time. Yeah, Remjet, I love scanning film. So much so that I actually tried scanning 16mm film with my Epson V600 flatbed scanner. And I might still experiment with that more because it actually came out relatively well. But it's tricky. Oh, Russell, you really need one. Recently just DIY'd 8mm scanner out of an old projector for frame-by-frame scanning. That's a great idea, and a lot of people have done that, Remjet. I'd like to see your results because I've seen some really, really good ones out of old projectors. Is this only for... Yeah, Jeffrey, unfortunately it's only for Super 8 and regular 8, not 16. They made this exact same unit. Exact same, you wouldn't know the difference, except for these were bigger. The reels, called the Retro 16 as well. One of those just sold 3 weeks ago on eBay for $2,500, I believe. I know. Oh, you're out. It's only 8mm and Super 8, yeah. Yeah, I'm out in $2,000. Ooh, I'll buy an Airy instead. Get an Airy. I'm not going to ask $2,300 for this scanner. First, I want to see if it works. To be honest with you, one day I'll get a telecine thing. I'm potentially interested. I've been debating getting some kind of scanner like that. Yeah, Matthew. Next Sunday, I'm going to hopefully have some results. And I would like to try and compare the results from this to the results from a Wolverine. No more procrastination. I need something to scan 16. I don't know why there hasn't been at least a Wolverine equivalent. Maybe there just isn't enough. I mean, I know Wolverine, their market is for people that have old 8mm or Super 8 family films, because 99% of what is out there for family films is 8 and Super 8. We know that. So I guess their market just isn't big enough to warrant the R&D and the assembly, everything that goes into creating a 16mm scanner. It just seems to me, and I'm not an engineer, but it seems to me like it wouldn't be that much more difficult to make a 16mm version if you've already got everything there for the Super 8 and 8 version. I don't know. Should get it for his work. For his work. Yeah, let's see. Let me, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm debating. I may, whenever I finish my website, it's not finished, it's been in the works for 2 years. Whenever it's finished, I might throw it up on my website for sale. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I do know that I don't need, with the Wolverine and the Wolverine type scanners for Super 8 and 8mm, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 scanners, and I just don't need 6 scanners. I mean, there is Film Digital in Germany. Fresh Ground Pictures on YouTube has a great series I follow for his DIY scanner. Really simple. Fresh Ground Pictures. That sounds cool. Pretty nifty machine. What sensor? I don't know, Jim. I really don't know. I know so little about it. Like I say, I only bought it a few years back. I've had my other scanner, my Mark 1, the one on the bottom right there. I've had that one for 4 or 5 years, and I used it religiously for that long, and it's paid for itself many times over. But I was terrified that I was gonna be stuck, you know, or I was in the middle of a job or I was doing something and I needed a backup. So I ended up getting that, and this one has just always worked so well for me that I never needed it. And now that I have the newer one, the bigger one, I use my Mark 1. The other one has the backup. So I just don't know if I can justify keeping them. I can put that money in film or another camera or our vacation, right, my dear? Speaking of vacation, the very last Sunday of this month, we will not be live streaming. We will be live streaming the next 2 weeks, as long as nothing happens. But the last Sunday of this month, mark your calendars, we'll be out of town. Yeah, that would be good too, Jeffrey. Might be fun to do a 4 or 5 comparison of the same film. Start with one of the Wolverines, like the 720, go to the Wolverine Pro, the 1080, go to this one, the 1080 that I just showed you, then go to the 2K, and then go to the 4K, and maybe try to show all 4 or all 5. I don't know. That's a lot of work. AV Geeks is using this super pricey telecine to upload his films. I like that channel. I heard it's not so good things about Wolverine and the Kodak version scanners. Now, the Wolverine scanner is definitely for, let me tell you something. I started rescanning all of my old films, hundreds, that I have processed and or shot myself, and I've been archiving them with my new scanner. Some of the early ones are so insanely scratched up, and I know it's from putting them through those Wolverines. I mean, really scratched up. You know, the vertical scratches that just go crazy. I need a wet gate. Get rid of some of that. And there's a lot of artifacting with those Wolverines. They do have their place. They're perfect for people that just want to see their old films again, and they don't want to spend tons of money getting them professionally done. I totally get that. I do. There's a lot of people that have been super happy with them. Jeffrey says, my sister is in Florida this week. She is going to miss my birthday. No! I said it was okay. I just need her to bring me back a gator and a palm tree. We have plenty of both. Guys, I got this little film. Okay, so here's the skinny on it. You ready for this? Again, I just didn't want to let it go to waste. I had to cut the middle out of it because it was so fogged up, there was nothing there. Let me give you the facts. It's Kodachrome KA2, very early Kodachrome. This roll was manufactured in 1972. So what's that, 52 years ago? Right? Is that 50? Yeah. I got it on March 8th of 2019. It arrived to me. I processed it on March 10th of 2019. It's one of the first films that I processed that I started documenting. I processed a lot before I was documenting, but Bonnie just texted me or emailed me. Just sent you some examples on how you can upgrade your YouTube thumbnails, not a Rickroll. Raise your hand if you believe her. If you're new to my live streams, Bonnie, who just texted or emailed me, Rickrolls me almost every live stream. Second version of the Kodak Reels has worked well for me. Okay, well that's good to know. IOM, thank you. I promise it's not a Rickroll. Let me finish explaining this, then we're going to look at Bonnie. Okay, I processed it for 3 minutes in my go-to, HC110B. Has super, super bad reticulation. That's the fish scaling of the emulsion. And it's pretty fogged up. But I think you're going to understand what's going on here. Let's find out how I got Rickrolled by Bonnie. My wife just came in and rickrolled me. Can you see it? Oh, Bonnie. But she did show me. Yeah, she kind of beefed him up a little bit. Exposed. Rigged. How is this legal? I know. I've just never been much on... I get it. I understand the theory behind semi-clickbait, you know. Katie doesn't know. I know. I promise. It was kind of a medium Rickroll. Don't fall... Nah, the Rickroll thing. Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah, I got Wreck-It Ralph rolled. Scratch films are not so bad. I have about 700 demagnetized cassettes and VHS. Wow, that's a lot of VHS tapes. I can't but nuts about it unless I can get something locally. IOM. YouTube channel has all my scans on it. Yeah, go check his channel. Put your channel on there if you want, IOM. I don't remember what yours was. Oh, it's IOM, right? That's your YouTube channel. She can't keep getting away with this. But she does. Alright, you guys know what you need to know about this little... This is a found film, about 2 minutes long, from 1972. Let me get her queued up. And... Exposed on the processing found some great film video is probably the best. You know, I might use that, Bonnie. You keep an eye out. Maybe my next one you'll see it. Thank you for that. These streams make my Sunday so much better. Well, thank you, Mike. They make mine better too. You guys always do. All right, check out this film. You ready? No audio. It's just good old found film. Look at this monkey. Who's this monkey? Again, it came out really poor, but this film is 52 years old and would have otherwise never been seen by anyone. Someone took the time to go to this little circus, I believe, or zoo or something, and film this. So I think we can take 2 minutes and watch it. The flood of 19 is coming in a few days for me. Uh-oh. Look at this. I think that's a condor. See it sitting on there? Yeah. Or a bald eagle. One or the other. And then we have Henry the turtle. I don't know. I can't tell if Henry is laying eggs or covering some eggs. Or I guess if it's Henry, he's not laying eggs. But Henrietta. Yeah, I'm okay, Mike, with that. You're right. Just getting anything out of some of this old film is fascinating to me. Every single time I'm fascinated by it. Russell says, there's a fun fact. If you speed up Rick Astley, it sounds like Kylie Minogue, and vice versa. It was a legit conspiracy in the 80s in the UK. That's really interesting. March 15th, 2019, bad day. Flooding, I'm assuming. That's awful. I love seeing stuff like this. Super interesting. Yeah, it's just into the lives of other people. And you guys see those vertical scratching. That's all from previous scanning on my Wolverines, as far as I can tell. There you have it. There you have it. That was film number 7. That was number 7 since I have been documenting my films. And exactly kind of what I'm doing with them, where I got them. That film came from, here you go, somebody lives in Maine. That film came from Harrison, Maine. I don't know, I don't think it was shot there. That's where I obtained it from. Harrison, Maine. Imagine spending half your film on turtle at today's prices. No, I can. Riveting turtle footage. Oh, yay. Teenage Mutant style. Nope, I could not imagine that, Jeffrey. Half the entire roll on a turtle laying an egg. I did have thought for a few weeks ago. So it could be projected later. We should project some film. I don't do a lot of. I don't really do reversal film, but I do have some. So maybe I'll start experimenting again, and maybe we could project some. I might try the old peroxide stuff again. It's the bleaching process of the film reversal process that I just don't like. Getting formaldehydes or the cyanides or the muriatic acids and all of that, it just, I don't like caustic chemicals. I don't like working with them. So I thought about, maybe some of the peroxide and vinegar bleaching process and try that again and see if we can get some decent reversal images out of black and white. I don't project film a lot. I love projected film. That really is a great way to watch your film. Dare I say the best way to watch your film. I just don't do a lot of reversal. I got some decent projectors. A turtle waste of money. Every amateur film is superb because it is unique and not product movie in thousands of copies. You are exactly right, Jim. Everyone's different. Every film is different. Every person that shoots that film is a little bit different. Everyone's vision is different. Everything is so subjective. It's so, what do you like? That's what it's all about. Film, it's like a living, breathing organism. It's like it's got a life of its own. I now have new ideas for my art. Film. Does it include a tortoise? My brother gave me tons of cans of processed film. I just need to get the proper size reels for the projectors I have. Is it all 8mm or like 8 Super 8 stuff, Jeffrey? I have, some of the cans are like 8 inches or more in diameter. So that would be a 400-foot reel. Is about 7 inches, 8 inches. Super 8 or 8mm film. Is it family stuff, Jeffrey? Is that what you're talking about? Tons of cans. You should project it. Heck yeah. Is it just film? Is it not on reels already? Interesting. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Where's my water? There it is. I still use it, Mike. Every single stream. If you guys don't know, Mike, Flying O, when he sent me a camera to test out, he sent me a little coaster. And I love it. I use it every stream. Not my family stuff. He bought it at thrift stores. That's cool. They are on reels. So what do you need a reel for? You need a take-up reel for your projector? Is that what you're talking about? I'm guessing that's what you mean. I just need to get the proper size reels for the project. Oh, for the projectors, okay. Yeah, you just need a 400-foot reel. Yep. I have. You want me to send you one, Jeffrey? I can send you one, a 400-foot reel. I don't mind. I can make a note of that. Do you want a 400-foot reel? Yes, no, or maybe. I have plenty. I have tons. This sounds delicious. I have tons of those. Yeah, I do too. I just processed 2 rolls of C41 35mm from Europe. Oh, from your Europe trip. Always relieved when they turn out. I know, it's it's like you can breathe again. Congrats on that though, Mark. Hey, Zulian's here. Hi everybody, sorry I'm late. Here in France was election day. I'm not looking forward to election day in the States. It's going to be a nightmare. Maybe with an Aerocon too. It must also have the music synced when projected. I miss my old Aerocons. Flyno did not know that. Oh wait, did not something that delicious? Where the heck did that come from? That's because I say it all the time. It's not recent. Hold on, let me see what I get. This the little heart gets in the way. FPP has still not restocked Super 8. I'll send you one, Jeffrey. Send Jeffrey. Super 8 reel. I'll send you a 400-foot reel. Hey, Julian. Russell says, I processed the 8mm from Switzerland from just before Christmas, but the airport fogged it up. Ah, crikey. Crikey. Oh, you said type. Did not type that. Delicious. Because I say it all the time. This is a deliciously wonderful video. I hate that, Russell. Cows have got 4 stomachs. That's for Russell. Send you a camera if you want. No, I don't want a camera from you. You don't need to send me a camera. I'm happy to help, man. I love this community. I love this. I can't send everybody everything, but yeah, this is so much fun for me. But I'm gonna send you a reel. I do need a camera. Oh, there's a lot I want. I want to get a Nikon. I want to get a Nikon F8 or F10. I had an F10, and is it F? R. Duh, F. A Nikon R10. I had an R10, and I miss it a lot. Need medically CT scan. They look like giant plastic croissant rolls. Ugh. I hate when my film gets scanned. Got to get some of those Kodak stickers. Please do not scan. Guys, listen, we are an hour and 13 minutes in. I hate this time of the day every Sunday, but I have to wrap it up. I have things I have to accomplish the rest of the day. I got to get this movie stuff scanner tested this week. I got to get to working on my Canon 1014 XLS video, a couple of found film videos, and we got to get some videos posted again because I've been so lax. Much love, Lau. Thank you, my friend. And so we're going to wrap this up, and I hope that I get to see every one of you back here next Sunday. Thank you, Katie. And really looking forward to it. Cool beans. Enjoy your coffee and cameras, everyone. Yes. There's a weight of intellect behind your comment. Very little. Great chat, Mike. Have a great day, everyone. Hey, hit the little thumbs up button on the way out, guys. Thank you, Manny, Barry. Had a great time with everybody. Cecil, Bonnie, Matthew, and Piper. Till next time, say bye, Remjet. Mike, mahalo for another great stream. My baby. What should they do on the way out? Look, what's that say? Piper. What should they do? How do you do it? Blah, blah, blah. Crush it. Oh, you're going to teach me? Oh.
No, you go like this, and then when you smash it, it goes in.
Oh. I just lost it. Guys, we will see everybody next Sunday. I appreciate it. Much love to all of you. Keep filming. And we'll see you next Sunday. Peace.